Apparently, most students of higher education are being taught and believe that they are victims, and they are victims because of people like me, a privileged white male. Well, I'd like to address that from the standpoint of a privileged white male. I confess, I am a privileged white male. I am privileged because I was born in the United States of America, the greatest country on the face of the earth. I am privileged because I was raised by loving Christian parents. I am privileged because I experienced living in a farmhouse without running water, no indoor plumbing, and a wood-burning stove to cook on and heat the downstairs. We drew water from a cistern and all drank from the porcelain dipper that hung on the wall next to the water bucket. It was about 50 yards to the outhouse, and we took baths on Saturday night in a galvanized wash tub filled with water that was heated on our wood-burning stove. We also heated bricks on the kitchen stove, wrapped them in newspaper, and put them in our beds at night to warm them because there was no heat in our upstairs bedrooms. I am privileged because I went to a 3-room country school and had to catch the bus at 7 o'clock every morning after milking the cows, feeding the chickens, the horse and hogs, gathering eggs, bringing in a day's supply of wood to burn in our stove, and making sure our beds were made to military specs. I am privileged because in school we were taught how to read, write, and do math without a calculator. Our teachers taught us how to reason and think on our own, without someone else telling us what to think. And being disrespectful to others was never tolerated. I am privileged because I worked during the summers for $8 a day, stacking 100-pound hay bales, irrigating crops, or driving tractor for 10 hours to earn enough money to eventually buy a car. That calculates to 80 cents an hour. I am privileged because I was able to work afternoons, evenings, and weekends changing oil and tires on over-the-road tractor-trailer rigs to put myself through 2 years of community college while providing for a wife and a baby girl. I am privileged because I gladly accepted any job I could get, no matter how hard or dirty it was, in order to pay my bills. I am privileged because I learned how to make money when I was in between jobs by doing part-time labor that included janitor work, cooking, bussing tables, delivering papers, and mowing lawns or scooping snow. I am privileged because I know what it's like to be laid off from a job and have to hit the streets looking for another one. I am privileged because I learned how to work hard and not live above my means. I am very privileged because a man who owned an automobile dealership gave me a chance to learn a trade that was to become my career. I am privileged because I am married to a hard-working woman who shares my sense of values and actually planned for retirement. Yeah, I am a privileged white male. Here's the catch, though. If my skin would have been black, brown, red, or yellow, or if I had been a woman, I would still be privileged to have lived the hard life and learned the lessons that I have. So all you snowflakes want to blame us privileged white guys for your perceived life as a victim of white male oppression. You think we should repent of our whiteness and our maleness and be forced to give what we've earned to you so you can get a free education that won't even prepare you for any job when you graduate. Well, let me tell you how the rubber meets the road, cupcakes. You should be thanking all us old white guys instead of blaming us for your fears and inabilities. We're the ones paying for your safe places now. A safe place for us was ducking under a desk or running to a bomb shelter when the sirens went off for an air raid drill during the Cold War. Plus, we started the technical revolution so you can have your smartphones and MP3 players. Yeah, I am a privileged white male. But if you think I'm going to keep silent and accept the blame for your inability to function in this country while you protest, riot, and cry about injustice, you can just kiss my lily white privileged birth certificate. Ha! That scare you? You need a safe place? Maybe you should go on a hunger strike to protest my First Amendment rights. Oh, and by the way, I carry a gun. I say Merry Christmas, and God bless America.